So, in this video, isolve natin yung problem number 2 natin by using nodal analysis. So, we are tasked to solve for Ix using nodal analysis. As you can see in this circuitry, kung titingnan natin that yung nodal analysis natin is node, from the word itself, node. So, nagpo-focus yung circuitry natin sa certain nodes ng circuitry. And also, remember that in nodal analysis, nagkakaroon tayo ng reference natin, yung tinatawag natin na yung lilalagyan natin ng ground. As we can observe here, yung mga nodes natin are, we have 1, 2, 3, also 5, and 6. So, 6 dito yung mga nodes natin. But then, by applying yung nodal analysis, malalasan yung mga circuitry natin, malalasan yung equations natin. And also, i-identify natin alin dyan yung mga nodes na mga walang values. Or let us say, yung mga wala silang, yung tipong, it doesn't mean na valueless, is yung tipong may value or may constant na value here. So, yun nga, yung sa ground natin, pagpili natin sa ground is, ang pagpili natin ng ground is, pumipili tayo ng certain node na maraming connection sa ibang branch circuit. So, for instance, as you can see here, itong node natin dito is we have 1, 2, 3. Yung node natin is connected into 3 branches while others only 1 or 2 and so on. Ngayon, if I put ground here, tapos magiging 0 to, di ba? Ngayon, this means that this node, let us say dito VA, and also VB dito. So now, alam natin ang V ground natin is equal to 0. Ngayon, if we look the potential difference between this node at saka this node, the potential difference between VA at saka VG is simply equal to 0.5 Ix. We have VA minus VG is equal to 0.5 Ix. Since ang VG natin or ang ground natin is 0, this is 0. If this is 0, 0 yan, ang VA natin is simply 0.5 Ix. Parehas din dito sa VB natin that VB minus VG is equal to 10. Since this is 0, we have VB natin is simply equal to 10 volts. Ngayon, it doesn't need for us to look for value of VA at saka VB natin kasi nga may value na tayong 10 volts. But for VA natin is we have Ix, which is ang kwan natin dito is this is an dependent source. So, ang value nito is nakadepende kung sa, let us say, dito sa Ix natin. Ang Ix natin is dito siya. Knowing that the current at this 3 ohms. Ngayon, we have to look for value of Ix for us to have the value of A, which is yun yung hinanap, yun yung sa problem natin. Solve for Ix. Ngayon, for other nodes, we don't have values for them. For instance, we have this node and also this node. If I name this one V1 and also V2. Ngayon, if I name that one V1 and V2, what if I look for the node at V1? Node V1. For our node, we have this one. Alam natin that yung I natin is always from higher minus V lower over yung resistance niya. Ngayon, applying yung I in tsaka I out. If gawin ko dito na nag-assume ako dito yung ganito, if I name everything na lahat pa out dito sa node na to. ito we have here. So we have here na ito. So ito is, gagawin ko na lang, assume ko is, assume lang to ha, in reality, in every node, may palabas, may papasok. But then, ito, what if ito yung assume ko? Kasi, if this is my assume, at mag-negative yung value ko dyan, meaning wrong yung direction na i-assume ko. If in that case, lahat yan palabas dito sa node na to at V1. Meaning, if I write the equation, I have V1 minus VA over 6 plus V1 minus VB over 7 plus 5. Bakit plus 5? Kasi nga lahat to leaving dito na side, ito na side na to. Tapos dito we have 0 na entering. And this is also, ito lang yung kuan ko dito ha, this is just a assumption. Now, if we simplify this equation, ang LCD ng 6 at saka 7 is we have 42. We have 42 value for the LCD of 6 and 7. So, ngayon, i-kuan natin yan. We have 7V1 minus 7VA plus 6V1 minus 6VB plus yung 42 natin, multiply natin doon sa 5 natin, we have 210. So, kindly check. Ngayon, we collect like terms. We have V1, we have 7 plus 6. Yan, di ba? We have ganyan. We have 7VA minus 6VB is equal to 1 negative 210. So, nilabas ko na lang or i-transpose ko yung constant natin dyan. We have here negative 210. Nag-transpose na ako niyan. Negative 210. So ngayon, this is 13V1, right? And also, ang VA natin is simply equal to, VA natin is, we have the 0.5 of IX. Knowing that ang IX natin is, we have IX natin is from V2 minus VG, which is 0. We have V2 minus VG over 3 ohms. Ngayon, this is 0. Ang IX natin is simply V2 over 3. Now, we have 7 times 0.5 times V2 over 3. Diba? Just check. We have 6 na naman. Ang VB natin is 10. We have 10 here. We have negative 210. We have here collect like terms. We have 13V1 and 7 times 0.5. We know that 0.5 is simply 1/2. So, ang nangyari dito is 7 over 6. V2 is equal to negative 210 plus 60. We have 13V1 minus 17 over 6V2 is equal to negative 150. Now, we have here, ito na yung isa natin na equation. So, let's have this one, tag dito. I-rating natin yan, or let's keep that value. We have here na kuan. We have, so this is 6. Yan. We erase this one. Now, at node V2, we have here, ito yung node V2 natin. Again, i-assume ko na naman na lahat ng current on that resistors are leaving. Ito is leaving na naman, and also leaving dito. But then, ang 5 ampere natin is entering in this node kasi nga we have this direction that leaving in this node but entering in this node. Ngayon, to write the equation at node V2, we have V2 minus, yun nga, yung VA natin, we have VA over 3 plus V2 minus VB over 3 ohms. What else? We have V2 over 3. And now we have entering na 5 ampere. So kung titingnan natin, these are currents are the leaving one and this one is yung entering natin. Now we simplify the equation. And as you can see, 3 lahat yan. So meaning 3 yung LCD natin. So we have V2 minus VA plus V2 minus VB plus V2 is equal to 15. Now, we have this one. We have 3V2. 3V2. Kasi kinolect ko yung like terms of negative VA minus VB is equal to 15. Ngayon, ang 3V2 natin and also ang VA natin which is 0.5 IX or V2 over 3, we have VA natin is 1/2 of, we have 0.5 V2 over 3 minus 10, kasi nga ang VB natin is 10, we have 15. Ngayon, we have 3V2 minus 1 over 6V2 is equal to 15 plus 10. We have now 18 minus 1 quantity V2 over 6 is equal to 25. We have 17 over 6 V2 is equal to 25. Now, ang value ng V2 natin by this is we have 25 over 17 over 6 or V2 is equal to 25 times 6 over 17. By this, we have, ang value ng V2 natin, class, is we have 150 over 17 or 50 over 17. Yes, we have here 50 over 17. We have here, but again, we have 25 times, 6 over 17. 150 over 7 rather. We have 150 over 7 or 17 or approximately we have 8 points. We have value of 8.8235 volts. So we have here the value of yan. Meron na tayong value for V2. And then, to have Ix, ang Ix natin is simply equal to V2 over 3. Yan yung hinanap natin kasi we have here. So, answer, divide yung 3 natin, which is equal to 2.9412 ampere. So, ito yung hinahanap natin na value for Ix. So, kung titignan natin, gano'n lang siya kadali. And also, ang hinahanap lang natin is yung Ix. At as you can see, sa node B1 natin is we have the value for, looking for value of V1 at saka V2. But then, dito sa node V2 na to is, nakuha natin yung value na hinahanap natin, which is yung Ix natin. But then, if you are asked to solve for V1, we can use the value of V2 to have the value of V1 by this equation. So, I hope naintindihan ito.